be grateful just the way you are and where you are in life. So I cannot put my arms around it. I'll be 86 in 2 months. And age is just a number. I'm telling you, girls. Absolutely, because we are in ageist society. And I'm that woman that you described. I'm in the future. I am here. I'm that woman knowing my mind, and I live life in the moment because death gives meaning to life. To me, I have a special relationship with death because being in the camp, Ukraine, it was a German Nazi camp in the Ukraine. I was between 7 and 11, and I was absolutely mesmerized and yacked by the dead people I saw all over me. So the little girl looking out the window and seeing how they pick up those ugly bodies every morning. And I thought, maybe tomorrow that will be me. I don't want to die ugly. Maybe just before I die, I'll pose. I'm still posing. By the way, it's a bad hair day, forgive me. I like this hair. Now, because we are who we are because of our gene pool in our life experiences. And it fits. Maybe I'm delusional, but I've been fearless all my life. Since I'm little, when I was told that I'm a dirty little Jewish girl, that I have no right to live, I didn't get it. I'm not dirty. I am Jewish, whatever that means. So I was absolutely fearless with those big eyes. And my mother was afraid that I would give away we were hiding, and the Gestapo, and put her hand over my mouth. So I did not have a voice. I saw Papa beaten. I don't know, any of you have ever encountered a Holocaust survivor? Hand up? Yeah, I'm it, huh? Okay, meaning that the mayhem and the thing I saw at the train station and all the degradation, but it's like it didn't make any sense to me when they saw that beating Papa. I tried to go and rescue him, and my mother pulled me back because people were shot for less than that. So my early experience of having no voice and have nothing to say was very tough. I was absolutely, fearless. And 4 years, we're speaking about trauma. We all have traumas in different ways, like we heard some speakers in their background. So again, trauma is, it never leaves you, but what you do about it and how the resiliency that I experience, and I don't brag, girls, I just share. So I prove, just because I'm 85 does not mean that I have to just sit there and suck my thumb. Last year, I went, just listen to me. I went on Mount Everest, 17,000 feet with National Geographic, believe me, because it's on my website on the internet. I didn't know I could do it, but it's like, I am tough, I am fearless. Look at me, I can do it. And the biggest compliment, my son says, you're an endless pit. You want compliments all the time. Well, you know what? If you are invisible, if I did not have a voice, if I'm invisible, and I just felt it's not right, yeah, I'm an endless pit, and I don't brag, I share. I jumped out of a plane with my granddaughter in New Zealand a few months ago. I mean, I do not advocate to do that. That's pretty crazy. But it's like I live life like it's my last day. Because again, I'm here. I cannot believe my good fortune. I'm not in La La Land. But mere fact that I'm alive. Alive is such a mysterious, amazing journey for me. When I started when I was little, all that, very unusual. Our camp was a holding camp. And the Russians liberated us. So we did not die in the oven, but people died of starvation and typhoid. So we, the intact family, Mama, Papa, my sister 5 years older, and me, escaped, went back home in Romania. And somebody had to teach me to read, to write, physics. My memory in the camp is sporadic, and as a psychologist came in handy for me. I'm very wonderfully detached. So for 40 years, when I saw patients, I ran 10 mental health clinics. I always knew it's your problem, not mine. Therefore, I was relevant, and I did not say you'll be okay. I don't know. But we're speaking about being in the moment, and always feeling that what's next, the excitement of life. From Romania, when the door opened up, I went to Israel in 1949. We got out. My sister was there already, and being the majority, this is not the subject, but speaking about being fearless and living out your life. Education was not something those days. It was mainly to work hard. Education was not, but me, the curiosity, I wanted it all. If you married, then you did not have to go to service. And I thought, I don't need a man, are you kidding me? Why bother? So I went, all my girlfriends got married, and I went to a high school at night and 2 jobs during the day. And I went to the Israeli Air Force. 2 years. I'm tough. I'm little but mighty. My license on my car, I don't want to brag again. I have a little Boxer Porsche. Forgive me. That's bragging. It says little and mighty. So that's fearless, I can do it. And destiny had it that when I finished service, but being the majority, remember in Romania was a Catholic country, and when I came back to the school, my mother tongue is German. I went to school the first time in my life. It was the 5th grade, and I barely spoke Romanian, but I knew physics, a formula that obviously somebody taught me. So being unique, being fearless, it's always been part of my thing. Yeah, just because I'm Jewish doesn't mean I have to die. Just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I cannot swim with the boys or climb the trees. Just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I cannot have a husband, kids, and a profession. So that counterphobia was part of me. So when I share, it's not to brag, here we go again. It's about to say that we have choices. 25 or 30% is our DNA, how we're put together. It's really important. So yeah, traits and certain talents, but 75 or 80% are life choices. And makes a difference. And when I researched my last book, Chronologically Gifted, living healthily to 123. Why 123? Because the oldest person living in France, Jean Bonneau, she was 122 in 64 days. Guess what? I'm going to live to 123. Watch. Tomorrow I could be a corpse. So when I say death gives meaning to life, and I know I'm different and weird, and my grandkids just love me to death because I'm so weird, I have, please forgive me if I spook you, it's about legacy and about end of life. You guys, or girls, no guys here, there's chapters in our life. I have 1 chapter left. I'll be 86, so I have about 38 more years to be till 123. And I mean it, I don't bluff you. I do believe. If you think we are, we are. Attitude has a lot to do with it. I do believe that we are in the process of evolving. Till the end of my life, I will never stop. My curiosity and my voice, now that I have a voice, I lecture all over the place. Especially the younger people, younger than you girls. You know what it's like, the stress of students, getting there. So, a big compliment, here we go again. I like compliments, especially for my family. I don't get it very much because I'm a tough act to follow, especially my daughter. My grandson, he's going to law school in USC, law school and business, 2 degrees. he asked me, he called me Bobby, Babushka, old lady. It's a title that, okay, I have it too. So for my grandkids, I'm a Babushka, I'm Dr. Miller professionally, I'm all kind of different titles. I'm a business person, this and that. So he says, Bobby, would you like to come and speak in front of my whole, law school class and professors? I said, are you sure? He says, yeah, Bobby. He heard me talk when he was 10 years old. He's 23 now. So I must tell you, being authentic, and I don't not script it, and I don't have charts. I'm sorry, I don't do that. It's like, but he's my grandson. I don't want to embarrass him. Anyways, I said, Andrew, I'm a little bit nervous. He says, Bobby, I'm nervous too. So here, whatever I did, they put pretzels there, this and that. They lined up and wanted selfie with me and all that kind of thing. So at that night, Andrew calls and he says, Bobby, my friends loved you. You were so informative. You were so relevant. You were so whimsical. So I said, informative, relative, I like whimsical. What about me? What did they like? He said, well, you give them hope. You talk to them, you interacted with them. Because I used to say, you know what? Stress shortens life. Life is precious. It's not getting there. It's being in the process where you are, to have some balance, because you'll do good some days. You're going to be lawyers, put the bad people in jail, and you're going to rescue them. But we are speaking about, get a grip. You could be dead tomorrow, and here goes again with my death. You can be dead tomorrow. Young people die too. So cherish the moment. So chapters in life, we are where we are today. The brain is the plasticity of the brain, and I don't want to bore you, with this statistics and research, but it is we can change. And the toughest thing is to know what we want to do. I've been very, very fortunate. I always knew that I wanted to be a healer. So when I was in Israel, after the army, after the Air Force, boy, did I have crushes on pilots. Oh my gosh. Tall and handsome. And guess what? I don't brag or share again. There's a movie being made, my love affair with the first, my pilot, and then he was shot down and the whole kind of thing. But my point being is, life is an amazing journey, it's a mystery, but you never know what happens. But again, you're not dinosaur. So whatever is on your mind, and you're here to take it in, because I'm already not at the end of my life, but more of the same. I will never stop, because Dracula needs blood. I need audiences like you to empower, to inspire. When I say, don't tell me I cannot do it, one of my books, meaning they're guidelines. Not because of me, but I have lived through, and many people have all kinds of issues, but you have to believe that of the possibilities. And it's not just one thing. And I heard some speakers say, what with a certain question, what we're meant to do. I don't know. There's so many opportunities. This is America. So if one thing doesn't work, something else will. And by me being raised, I came to Israel when I was 18, I was so impressed because Austria-Romania are very much Western. You are not supposed to say how you feel, very polite. And then I came to Israel. And the Israelis, they didn't have time for niceties. What you see is what you get. So it was absolutely refreshing to be able to kind of take it in and having a different part of the culture. So as a clinician, it really helped me because I don't know about Ireland. How many Irish girls are there here? Okay, quite a few. I don't know how it's in Ireland, but in America, it's very hard. You don't say what you think. You don't want conflict. So when your boyfriend or whatever is bad breath, you move away instead of giving some scope. But you move away and then he thinks you don't love him. So my point being is having a voice is really important. And I know I jump from here to there. Life is terribly short. Everybody else knows it. So having a legacy is really important to me. And guess what? Don't freak out. I have my casket at home already. Okay, now listen to that. This is a celebration of life. I was very, very lucky. Life has been very grateful to me. I was married to a real good guy for 53 years. It's a statistics, 53 good years. I heard so many. Divorces can be a blessing, trust me. I've seen people that there's now congratulation cards on your divorce. But if it is good, pluses more than minuses. He died 6 years ago. His time was up. I'm so sorry he's still there somewhere, but I'm so glad I'm still here. Okay? And I'm open against islands too far away from me. I will never not be open to meet a man in my life. I don't need a man. I need the energy. And guess what? Being open, because life is not over till it's over. So the legacy in my casket means I have 2 kids, 5 grandkids. I travel all over the world. I drive a Porsche. I'm so lucky. Because coming from where I come in Romania, we didn't even have an outhouse. And remember the camp. So for me to kind of have the opportunity, a lot of people work hard. So there is destiny. I'm not sure. I struggle with God. I struggle with free will. And destiny is definitely something, how we end up with our significant others, how things happen. But we're speaking about there must be free will. There's a combination of it. So being stuck, what does it mean? Fear is built part of DNA. Remember, fight or flight? But we are not our ancestors in the bush. We are not, next door to other predators, or the animals are not around to kind of kill us. So that is part of, not in the modern times, that fear that holds us captive. It's really not appropriate to our time. So my study and my research all over the world of living long and well, what does it take in order to live our life in the present, and never mind our DNA, is that, we have to, for 40 years I've been going to the gym. I didn't know it's good for you, with weights. I've been eating, I'm pescatarian. I'm part of the community. Learning will never stop. Does it mean I have to finish?
No.
Okay, because I could go forever. So coming back to being in the moment, because when you think about it, in a blink of an eye, we're gone. I don't mean to be morbid, but by me being able to stare death in the face, I am so very present. And I'm engaging for you to kind of, okay, it's not the thing that you're meant to be. I don't want to misspeak, but it's like, okay, before you can make anything happen, it doesn't have to be a big deal, have a vision. What would I like to play? What can I do? And there is no failure. When you think about the concept of failure, that's what I learned in Israel. The startups, I go every 2 years. I belong to APAC, to a organization to keep America and Israel safe. I go every 2 years, and it's like the resilience of those people. Yeah, there are all kind of issues, but there's no failure. The startups are like crazy. Something does not work out, you start something else. It's not something that you're not a failure. That is the feeble-minded of kind of society. And those negative people, the innate people that say you cannot do it, keep away from them. I cut off negative people from my life all along. But again, it is, you know what? It's up to you, and it affects you. Stress shortens life, and there's no right or wrong way. What is analyzing? What is it that I can do else? Being meaningful, being part of organization, being part of community, giving. In Hebrew, we have a saying that we all know, Tikkun Olam means to repair the world. Be part of repairing the world. Isn't that what it's all about? By giving, we get. So when I smile in the elevator, when I just can engage people, I hug. I have to watch it because I'm a hugger. I don't know if you know Howie Mandel. He lives in my community. He's a germaphobe. So I ran into him in the pharmacy, and I wanted to hug him. So I have to be a little bit more mindful because I'm not politically correct sometimes. So, but just the joy of just plainly being alive. And so that, yeah, there's going to be a celebration. The casket, I have a designer, I have somebody, an artist, that did my whole house like Dracula's castle, because I lived in Transylvania too. So when somebody asks me, what's your accent? Where are you from? I say, why? Do I have an accent? And then I say, I'm from Transylvania and Dracula was my cousin. Don't mess with me.